This next one involves the same rig, but we're going to do kind of very similar to the hanging ball. We're going to move this back and forth and have this kind of react, kind of like almost it was similar to hair. It's a little stiffer, but that same idea. So I'm going to select the bottom, and the bottom just moves the whole thing. Let's start at frame 10, drop a key, and then I'm going to go to 30. Let's move it across. 17 seems like a good distance. And then have it come back in the same amount of time, 20 frames. Drop a key. So it's going to shoot across and come back. But I want it to kind of overshoot and settle in. So let's overshoot it by 1, -1. And let's go over 1, 2, 3, 4 frames. Come back to cut that back 0.5 on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4 again. Minus 0.25. Another 4. 0.1. Let's open this up to say 90. About 4 frames again, and let's zero it out. See what it looks like. That nice little wobble effect at the end. Cool. Again, I want that anticipation. So I'll drop a key on 5. Apparently hitting S over somewhere. So right click in the viewport, then hit S. Pull it back to 1. -1. So it pulls back. Let's move that to frame 1. There we go. Now as it pulls back, I'm going to take the top, bend it back. I think we could go all the way down to the bottom one here. Kind of like the top part more. You don't want to cross that line. Now what I should also do is drop keys on this. So I'm going to select everything. Drop a key, drop a key, drop a key, drop a key, all the way through. So select the top part, bend it back to here. Don't want to go past that point. Go, and it comes all the way. I missed 30. Let's bend it over. I don't think yep, no, this one did get in there. So let's select everything. Drop a key. Set everything straight. So I have all of this time. Let's bend that over. That's looking pretty good. Let's go to that line. But this is not looking right. So I'm going to straighten this part out. Now it's looking all right. And then it's going to come back. And I'm going to reverse that. I'm just kind of working on those extremes. But these are definitely going to change because it's not going to really look right. We hit play. So hopefully you're seeing a problem. And I think here, I'm going to probably want my own timing for this last part down over here. Because it being whipping up, I want it to whip up over a little bit more amount of time. Let's zero it out. And then I'm going to Bend it over. Back. And zero it out. Not too shabby. Hopefully, when you're looking at this, you're kind of bothered by the drag. Because if you think about it, it's slowing down by frame 30. So it's really getting slow here, but it's going further down. So that drag doesn't make sense. So we need to make sure the bending is happening largely at the fastest point in the motion. So I'm going to select the base. I'm going to jump into the graph editor. And you can kind of see it on each piece. I'm going to select that first one, hit F. So it's probably going the fastest here, about frame 7. So I'm going to select that. You can select the whole piece. I'll move 10 to frame 7. This one's a softer one, so I'm actually going to want to drop a key on frame 7. And then delete 10. And you're going to start to see it kind of straighten back up. Alright, now select the bottom again. And it's going the fastest, probably about frame 23. So I need to move 30 to 23. So select the entire top. And so you can remember 23 and then move 30 over, or you can go into the graph editor and shift it over to there. That's looking better, but it's looking a little awkward on the way back. Let's find the extreme, probably like 42. Select the entire top. Again, you can remember 42, or you can come into your graph editor and just shift that over. Looking better. So the top part, as it kind of wobbles and kind of settles in, it's not actually looking not too bad. It's kind of it's very makes it very stiff. What I'm going to try to do to see if this works is just do a little offset at the end to kind of have it get the top part get a little floppy. So I'm going to take 58, move it off by a frame, deselect, 2 frames, deselect, 1, 2, 3 frames, deselect, 1, 2, 3, 4 frames, and 5 frames. This may not work at all. Let's see how it looks like. Not at all. Let's just undo all that. Oops. I undid it too far. Now, now I kind of want to animate it by hand a little bit in here. So you can see that like here, through here, you can kind of, it just gets a little stiff. So let's put a little bend in there. That looks pretty good. Even as it comes back here, I can put a little drag. Looking better as it's lifting. A little bit more drag again. So I'm liking that. So halfway through, I'm going to put a little drag. A little drag in here. There's the tip. I'm going to drop a key on, say, 74. Got a little bend at the top. And it's just nice and stiff. The big part of this is understanding drag through the motion. When it's moving the fastest is when it should be the biggest extreme. And when it starts to slow down, if it wants to retain its direction of either pointing up or hanging, it should start to return in that direction. So that's the big part that I want you to get out of this. And hopefully having fun giving that little whip effect. Excellent. Let's do a play blast. And we are done with this.